Welcome to the Habits and Hustle podcast, a podcast that uncovers the rituals, unspoken habits, and mindsets of extraordinary people. A podcast powered by Habit Nest. Now here's your host, Jennifer Cohen.
So I'm so excited today, you guys, because I have one of the biggest true fitness icons on Habits and Hustle. We have Denise Austin. Woo! Who is legit one of the first pioneers of this.
Thank you, Jen.
No, it is true. I would do your videos all the time. And of course, I told you before when you got here, I was like a giddy little schoolgirl. Every morning I would do your workouts at home.
I love that.
No, but it's true.
It means so much because all those years I was on for 24 years straight. Can you imagine? 10 years first on ESPN, and then I went to Lifetime TV for another 14 years. So I was consecutively every single weekday for 24 years on TV. So I loved it.
No, it's amazing. And also at the time, now fitness has become a phenomenon, right? The whole wellness business is a multi-billion-dollar, whole thing, an industry. But at the time, it wasn't, right?
Oh, no, it wasn't at all. We had to really say, I swear fitness is great. You'll feel good. Exercise will help fight heart disease. You'll feel better. So we were, working hard. And I started 40 years ago on the Jack LaLanne show. Some of your viewers might have heard of Jack LaLanne.
Well, Jack LaLanne was the first ever, right?
Yes, on television too. He was the first in 1938 to develop a leg press machine.
It's amazing.
And his house still has it there, and I got to speak at his celebration of life. We stayed friends for 35 years.
Really?
Yes, he's a great guy. And his wife, Elaine LaLanne, is still involved.
Wow, are you kidding me?
Yes.
So then how did it kind of morph? You had a gymnastics background. You got a scholarship.
Yes.
Right?
To college.
Got
my degree in exercise physiology.
Right. So you kind of did it the old fashioned way,
yes.
Right? Not how people are doing it now, which we'll kind of get into later, but you kind of had that background. You got a job, I guess, with Jack LaLanne.
Yes.
And then how did you break out?
Well, and then I started to teach aerobics because it was called aerobics back in the day.
Okay.
And I would teach at different places all over. I brought my little, music cassette tapes. And so I would go all over Los Angeles to corporations because part of my degree, I did corporate fitness. So I went to Kaiser hospitals and we moved away all the different, lunch tables and just moved the chairs, and I would teach 5:30 every night after work at Northrop, all over TRW, and
so you're basically like a fitness professional who's kind of going from place to place making a living.
There weren't any gyms,
right?
Jen. So
was there any gyms back then at all?
No, not really. Just a few women-y type, not real gyms. But I first also started in the racquetball courts. So I would rent the racquetball court, and instead of doing racquetball, I'd fill it up with 35 ladies. That's all we could fit to do aerobics. Woo!
Wow, that's what you did?
Echoed everywhere. Yes. And then that was in 1980. And then by 1981, gyms were starting. And that's how I met my husband. I was setting up an aerobic studio inside a tennis club. And I was just looking for a certain room that I could teach my aerobics in. And my husband, Jeff, was warming up his sister, Tracy Austin, for the U.S. Open back in the day. And she won it that year. So that was kind of cool.
That's how you met your husband?
That's how I met Jeff. So it was really,
It was serendipitous.
Wonderful.
So then when you, at that time then, that was very entrepreneurial, right? Because you thought to yourself, okay, I do this.
Right.
There's no gyms. So did you rent the space?
Yeah, I would rent the space or I would give a chance to give, $1 if you're an employee, come to my aerobics class at lunchtime.
Wow, exactly.
So I'd be there with all the $1.
You were charging $1 to come to the class?
$1, yes, if they're employees. That was when I did Kaiser hospitals. And so I would leave with all this $60.
Oh my God. You're like a stripper. Back then, it'd be dollars for strippers, or fitness,
Yes. That was me.
Oh my gosh.
And then it became a business, of course.
Well, how did you make it a business? How did it go from that to an actual?
One thing I did that I believe was the right thing to do, I did a lot of volunteer. Every weekend I would give lectures at anything to do with the American Heart Association. They had even like a convalescent home I would speak at, like, okay, everybody, we got to move. And one day I spoke at the Jewish Center near the Grove here in Los Angeles. And lo and behold, a producer from KABC in LA was there visiting his mom, who happened to be in the Jewish Center together. And he said, oh my gosh, you need to do something on TV with me. I went, okay, KBC LA, okay.
Yeah.
And this was in 1983. So no real fitness aerobics. So he said, well, I can give you right now, nothing's on at 5:30 in the morning. It was just lines across,
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day before
I remember.
news starts 24 hours a day now. But in 1981, I started, but in 83, that's when I got a chance to go on TV, KABC, and it was a huge hit. It was Daybreak with Denise. It was before I got married, so I had the show, and it was a huge hit at 5:30 because everyone was like, the news didn't start till 6 back in the day, local news. So 5:30 people had turned it on, and there I was doing really high end, like, woo, you got it, you can do it.
And you're still the same.
Yeah.
And like nothing's changed.
I still do it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So that guy had the wherewithal. Like, what made
Yes.
him think at the time that, oh, this is going to work for TV, right? Because no one's done it.
No one had really done, except Jack LaLanne was on KHJ.
Right. But there was a break. Like, there was, after Jack LaLanne, there was really no one but until you.
Right. And then I started, and it was a huge hit. So then I moved to Washington, D.C., got married, moved to D.C., and I did the Today Show once a month. Started in 1984 as their fitness expert. And that gave me more of a national name.
So how did you even get to that? Because at the time...
Oh, you won't even believe, Jen.
Okay.
This is hustle.
Okay.
Listen what I do. I believe in myself, and I believe, even when I was young, I believed that, oh my God, if I could just get people to do something, it's osmosis, I would get them going.
Right.
So I called up the producer of the Today Show, listen to this, 35 times. And the secretary would always say, oh, I'll let him know you called. Boom. I'll let him know you called. And I'd be very, very nice. I have such a great idea. No one at the time on the Today Show had ever done a fitness piece. This was in 1984. So finally I said to myself, oh, I was so bummed. Like, I know I could do this. So finally I said, I'm going to call it a different time. I was calling 9 to 5, I was being, and I called at 6:30 one night, and he went, Steve Friedman. I went, oh my God, hi, Steve Friedman. This is Denise Austin, and I could do exercise. And he wasn't saying anything on the other line. I didn't even know if he hung up. And then at the end he said, you could come next week for a meeting. I said, okay, great, thank you. I went to his meeting. He's in Rockefeller Center, 3rd floor, sitting in the office, and he loved baseball. He had a baseball bat, and he was sitting there with the baseball bat, and I was like, oh my God, here I was, 28 years old. And I said, we need to do exercise on TV. You need to show little segments. Every month I can do something different. January, New Year's, February, heart health, March, get out there and walk. So he just watched me as I said, I had written a book called Tone Up at the Terminals, an exercise guide for computer operators. That's what we called it, terminal. And it was, things you could do at the office to stretch and get rid of tension. He loved it. So he gave me a piece of paper and said, March 23rd, 24th. And those are my first times I was on. And we got 10,000 letters the first time I was on. And I got just as much that week as Willard Scott. Back in the day, Willard Scott got all the letters.
Right. I actually remember this. Like, it was like right before I would actually do your videos, obviously. I was too young.
Yeah.
But I remember when you were like that person.
Yes.
And so you basically were super driven all the time.
Oh, yes.
And created your own opportunities.
I did. No, not one phone call came to me. I was making those phone calls. Still to this day, I believe that all entrepreneurs are the ones to think of it and, initiate.
Right.
I took
for sure.
action on everything I've done because I really believed in myself and I could do this.
No, it's amazing.
Not,
So
then the world went to VHS, and I got an exercise video just like Jane Fonda. And I came out around the same time as Jane Fonda.
You did?
I did, yes.
Okay, so wait, so just to make sure. So at this point, you had the Daybreak show, but then you moved to Washington.
Yes.
So did you have to give up the Daybreak show?
I had to, yes, because I was going back and forth for a year. You know.
Oh,
it was
wow. So
like
how long
once
did
a
you
week.
have the Daybreak show?
For a whole year.
For 1 year. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you had that, you said that book, the Tone
Up at the terminals.
So
it was
was
a
that-
little booklet, you know.
Was it like
Yeah.
with a publisher and all that?
No,
or was
it was
just
with sponsored by Verbatim Corporation. Back in the day, they made floppy disks. You know, so it was but it was you know.
But you were starting to build already the
yeah,
empire.
yeah.
So you already had like a couple little things that were big enough
Yes.
that you can leverage. So when you
Right.
called the Today Show, you're like, I have this, I got this.
Oh yes, I had tapes already of shows that I've done. I did AM Los Angeles.
Right,
back
so you
in
did
the
a lot of-
day. Constantly. I did the Hour magazine show. I did anything to do with LA. I had done, and you know,
Locally, right.
Yes,
So you were
the
building.
Hour magazine was national. So
Which
I
one?
did- it was called Hour magazine.
Oh, okay.
With Gary Collins back in the day.
Oh my God, this is like
And
seriously
my dear
like.
old friend, still this is a producer, Marty Berman. So I
Wow.
stayed in touch with people my whole career. So in 1984, so I did the Today Show. So I was making a national name.
How
At
long
this
were you
point,
doing that for?
For 4 years, I had a contract.
So for every month, what was your
Once
contract?
a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, I lived in Washington, D.C., so to go to New York was a
It's
dream,
easy.
right? It was so easy.
Right. And so you're doing, and that really helped build your like popularity, right?
Yes,
Because
and
people
by
saw
that
you.
time I was also doing a lot of magazines. I'd go to Cosmo and do, you know, the 5 easy stretches for your back, or I'd go to, you know,
Yeah.
another magazine and give them a Woman's Day magazine always had me, Prevention magazine. So I did a lot of little, you know,
Little thing.
and
But-
I did the Washington Post. I had my own column in the Washington Post by 1986.
Did you have a PR person at this point, or you're just kind of doing this
One of
yourself?
my best friends from college helped me do PR, Mary Jane Levy, and she helped me, and we kind of did it together because she was just starting and I was just starting.
Right.
Yeah.
And did your okay at this point you're with your husband obviously.
Yes.
Now he's a sports agent. So did
Yes.
he help with your contracts? Did he help your
Yes,
business
when
with the
I
business
got
side?
a contract, he
Okay.
would help read it and, you know, make a couple changes, and that was it. So we were a good team.
So then how did
We
you
still
get
are.
Still are. I mean, after 36 years of
Yes.
marriage, I mean, it's pretty amazing
And he
actually.
still reads over contracts.
Wow. I think it's amazing to hear the evolution because of course my background's fitness too.
Yes.
And hearing how someone like you like started, it was a hustle even, it was then without all the other, you know, noise and
Right.
nonsense, like, and it wasn't cluttered. Right.
Right.
So I feel like there was more opportunity at that point to like shine.
Yes, but you had to have more, back then you had to have a lot of credibility. So
Yeah.
education was very important back then.
That's-
Because
yes.
I had to go to the Today Show and give fitness information. You know, this
Yeah.
was very important back, you know, people cared. It was.
And that's why I say you come by it honestly. Your background is athletics. You went to school for that.
Yes.
You have like, so you're like, that's why I said you're the real deal. You're actually legit, which is amazing. And then you have the personality. That voice is exact like how you're talking
Come on,
now.
you can do it.
Yes, but you did it in
You
a nice.
deserve to
Yeah.
look and feel your best.
It's like, exactly. You
Yeah.
deserve it. Do it for you.
Yes. And then, really, I believe that.
It's amazing, but you
And-
say it like how do you, it just spews out of your mouth. Like, I can never understand. Like, I remember even being a kid when I did this stuff. I'm like, how does she do it? How can she talks like this? She's so you can feel the passion
Yes,
and the
I
the
love it.
authenticity every single time you would open your mouth and tell
thank
people
you.
to keep on going
Yeah.
and motivate people.
Yeah. Even through the commercials, stay fit.
Yeah, and that voice.
I'll be right back.
It's amazing. Did someone teach you, or do you have to like learn? How did you learn to
I
be
just
so
did
fluid?
It was just me. Being a gymnast and working hard as a gymnast as a young girl, and competing. You had to show off a little exhibition type. Floor
Yeah, you gotta flaunt it.
exercise.
You gotta flaunt it.
You work hard, and now it's time to
Perform.
So it came naturally to me, the
Right.
aerobic routines, because I used to have to choreograph floor exercises and beam work, and so I think it just was part of me. And when the music, I love music to exercise.
Right.
It was just so fun.
Now, at the time, so you said Jane Fonda came out around the same
and
time.
she really helped the sales, because she made these VHS home videos more mainstream and popular, because it was Jane Fonda coming out with the home,
Right.
Right. And we're great friends. I was with
I was
her
gonna
for her
ask you.
Lifetime Achievement Award. She invited me to even walk the red carpet with her.
Really?
Yes, she's wonderful. I love her.
Oh, I love that.
And
So
she looks amazing.
she does look
At
amazing.
80.
At 80.
Yes.
And so she was like, so you guys were, I was going to ask you if you guys were competitive with each other, but
No. She's a movie star.
but I'm saying like at the time when you guys were like
No,
doing it,
not at all. I mean, she sold millions, and then,
didn't she? How many DVD, not DVDs?
through my career,
Yeah.
I went from all the VHSs, then I went to the DVD world, and now online. But I sold 25 million exercise videos and DVDs combined. 25 million. So 25 million women out there. They could have 4 or 5 of them.
They could have,
Yeah.
right? I wonder how many actually, like, I wonder if everyone opened it. Like, people always get very, motivated and inspired, and then they usually sit in the corner sometimes.
I do appearances, and they are stacked when they come.
I love
me
it.
to sign the first one I ever did, and VHS. I mean, we can't even have the machines anymore.
That's amazing.
25
million.
25 million. Yes, altogether.
And then remember Kathy, so Kathy Smith was also
she was
involved.
right at the same time too as Jane Fonda.
So all of you started at the same time?
Yeah, pretty much.
So who was the one,
Around
like after?
1984 is right when it was really blossoming.
Are you friends with her too, or?
I talk to her once in a while. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Wow, because she was all.
She moved away, and I haven't seen her.
I remember her too, but I don't know why. Well, I know why. Because you were literally everywhere. You were literally on TV at the exact times when people would be watching those shows, like in the mornings, in the afternoons, those videos.
On ESPN, this is kind of a fun story. I was on every single day, twice a day, at 6:30 in the morning, and then again at like 9:30 in the morning. And then ESPN, after 10 years, 10 years of being on ESPN, they came to me and they said, Denise, we are going to rerun Sports Center now in the morning, so we'll put you over to ESPN too. And I went, Sports Center every hour? You're just going to rerun it? And now, of course, Sports Center.
Exactly.
And, at first, my husband and I were in the meeting going, oh my God, really? Rerun? The same hour, every day, every hour, the whole day. I said, yep. And they were right. So I didn't want to go to ESPN at that time. I wanted to hit more women.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be targeted for women because that's who I really talked to at home. They were in their living rooms. I was in these people's homes for all these years. I was part of their family.
Yeah.
So now I love it because generations come up and say, oh my God, my mom used to work out every single day. And, I remember you when before I went to school, and I heard your voice forever.
Oh, the voice is so
Coming
distinctive.
from the basement, they said.
It's true.
Yeah.
Your voice, like there's not many people's voice that are so distinct, but yours really is.
Oh.
Like it's like I remember that too when my mom would do your videos also, or do it when I wasn't there. I can hear that sweetness. And you always had that sweetness and like breathy kind of voice that's so unique. And it's really who you are. Like now that I meet you, I thought it was kind of like put on, but it's actually not.
No, it was my whole life.
And you are exactly how you are. It's amazing.
Thank you, yeah.
So then what's your big philosophy, right? Because I remember back then you were always about balance from what I remember.
Yes. I truly believe in balance, and it's hard to have it all at once.
Right, it's true.
Being through the different stages of life. I've had my 2 daughters, being a mom, it's hard because you want to be there for them, but you still want to keep your energy going up in the business. So it wasn't until they were in high school and really great at lacrosse that I had to kind of take a step back from my business because I wanted to be at every game. I love being a mom of athletes, and I just didn't want to miss any of their games. They, work so hard and, earn athletic scholarships themselves. So that to me was a dream. I'm so glad I did that. Spent the time at their high school years, because that's when your kids really kind of need you more, because they could go, you never know.
Absolutely.
What direction they might take.
And I met Katie. I didn't meet your other daughter, but she's like amazing.
Oh,
that's like every parent's dream, right?
Yeah.
She's super smart. She's athletic. She's on a scholarship at USC. I mean, the relationship you have, you can tell that you were very involved and you were present.
Yes.
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 But how do you, I was actually really surprised to see it because I don't remember you ever taking a break. Like, I don't remember you even being pregnant.
I didn't ever really break. I always was working and always doing DVDs. At that point, it was DVDs.
Right. But you're always fit. I never saw you even pregnant. Were you?
I gained 35 pounds with each baby.
Did you do a video doing that?
Yes, it sold 1 million videos. Still to this day, it's one of the top pregnancy workout videos in the nation ever to be sold. Now I'll always be.
Oh, now I got to see it.
There aren't any.
Exactly. Right.
I'll always hold that one.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you lost it fast though because
I had to go. I did it. Well, I didn't try to. I never have starved myself ever.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't ever miss a meal. Jen, I love food. I think about food. I love everything. I love a hamburger. I love food. I love dessert. I love to drink. I love to have fun. And I think that's part of it because I never have been so strict with myself, ever. And I think I've kind of lived the life of Friday night, sure, I'll have a couple little margaritas. Of course, we're going out, So I never was one to give up anything.
But how are you? Do you have a fast metabolism because you're working out so much?
Well, I think muscles work miracles on your metabolism. And if the more muscle cells you have, the more calories you burn. So I'm a true believer, especially us women as we age, to, firm up the muscles so nothing droops or sags.
Right.
I think this is why I think muscle cells are so active while they're at rest. And I do believe that because I feel like I keep up with my toning,
weightlifting, strength training.
Yes, and not heavy weights.
You don't do heavy?
Well, I try not to because of joints now. I'm 63, so I have to protect all my joints. But good posture is the key. So everybody stand up really tall or sit up wherever you are and suck in the gut, pull it in, tighten up those tummy muscles, and really think of re-educating the muscles because posture gives you energy. And energy is what you need to think better, to feel good, and have good energy, and that's the key.
So then, what's your diet like? Give me an example, like day to day. Not when you go for margaritas, but like, what do you eat?
Most days of the week, I cook at home. So I try to be, I know what I'm cooking. I do have lots of fruits and vegetables. But breakfast this morning, for instance, I had an egg scramble, and in that I put a little bit of parsley, chives, and spinach. And I did real eggs. I don't use Jost egg whites. Sometimes I do 2 eggs and throw in an extra egg white to get a little more protein. I had a piece of toast and sourdough.
You eat carbs. Woo.
Oh, yes. I just had one piece of sourdough toast and I put avocado on it. So a lot of my mornings. Sometimes I do.
So you have both. You have avocado toast and eggs.
Yes, but just a little avocado. 1/2 of a sourdough toast. I love sourdough.
I know. I love that too.
I do too. And then I put a drizzle of olive oil on it. And then around 10:30, I wake up early. So
what time do you wake up?
6.
Yeah, give me your day. Well, give me your morning routine.
Okay, my morning routine.
Yeah, give me your whole day.
Okay, Jen.
Yeah.
I wake up at 6 o'clock. I wake up happy.
I'm sure you do.
Because I'm happy I'm alive.
You are, but you look genuinely happy.
Yeah. And then I get up and I get my phone.
Right.
See if anyone's texted me. The texts are more important to me in case of
emergency or
my kids or whatever. And then I go downstairs and have a big glass of water. I love it with lemon.
Right.
I do put I really squeeze it with lemon. Then I make coffee, and then...
What do you put in your coffee?
Oh, that's a bummer. Cream.
Oh, I do
Real
too.
half and half.
Me too.
Yeah, but I buy organic.
Me too.
Grass-fed. So I'm doing okay. And you know what? I only have a good cup of coffee. I don't have 2 or 3. I have 1 good cup.
Okay. What kind of coffee do you like to drink?
I switch it up, but I like, I don't know if you've heard of Verve.
Yeah, I have. Really it's delicious. It's very
delicious.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I buy high-end coffee beans because I grind my own coffee beans and then have my coffee. I'm a little, like, that's what I love. A good cup of coffee and a good glass of red wine at night.
So you're like old school. You're totally old school. Okay. Yeah, I love it. And you have your breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I put in a lot of veggies sometimes. I get whatever I have, tomatoes and, I'll even touch of feta some mornings or whatever. And then around 10:30, I have a little something. I always need something because it keeps me going.
Right.
So today, before I came to you, I had just a little thing of plain yogurt with strawberries and blueberries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of yogurt do you like?
I buy just the plain Greek yogurt.
Oh, Greek yogurt. Okay.
Greek yogurt.
And then for lunch, you'll have what?
Today I'll probably have, I love salmon salad.
Mm-hmm.
I love chicken salad.
But
I'll have a sandwich once in a while. I'll have,
Are you watching
Mexican
your
food.
portion or no?
Yeah, portions I care
You
about
do
more.
watch, okay.
Yeah. Like I'll have a couple bites of things and a couple, it depends what I'm making that day. Some days I just eat whatever I have in the refrigerator. I pick.
Do you eat? Yeah, I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
But you believe it because a lot of people who come on this podcast who are super about regimen and high achievers who want to be the best with everything
Yes.
they do. They, of course, are all in. Everyone's into intermittent fasting, keto diets, no carbs, fat in the coffee, all that kind of stuff. It
Yeah.
seems like you're like so just not interested in even
I've
attempting.
tried all that. I've
Okay.
done intermittent fasting and it worked for me.
It did work for you.
It did work for me. I did like it. I
Okay.
did
How long
lose
did you?
about,
How long?
Oh, I did 3 days.
Oh, okay. And it worked in 3
And
days?
It worked. I felt different. My stomach was flatter.
Really?
It really did. I ate less, which is what you're trying to get at.
Right.
But I like to eat a little something a little more. Like I put walnuts in my salad. I eat healthy, but I'm not always thinking about, how am I going to be like the best I can? I don't think like that.
And it works. And I think to my point, why I even brought that up, not to interrupt you.
I drink water.
Yeah, a lot of water.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times, especially with wellness now has become such a moneymaker that more so than ever before, every day there's a new fad, there's a new trend. And I believe, it's my opinion, that all these things are actually making people gain more weight and be less healthy because no one knows what to do and they keep on, it's going to be keto today, it's going to be this one tomorrow, it's going to be this. And there's such confusion as
Right.
opposed to just like going old school where you know what? Fruits are not bad for you,
Right.
but people trying to tell you that fruit's bad. Fruit's natural.
I love fruit.
I love fruit.
Yeah, but I always pair it with something like, yogurt or
Like a protein or a fat.
protein
Oh,
or
okay.
a fat. And I love avocado. I do.
Me too.
That's the big thing. I could probably eat one a day.
Easily
yeah,
one a
yeah,
day. That's
yeah.
like easy. And then you have your dinner and like you just...
Dinner, well, one thing about dinner is I do try to eat a little lighter dinner.
Okay.
I naturally have my whole life. So I think dinner, to me, to sit late at night and eat a lot at home, I don't do.
So what would you
eat-
have?
Whoa.
And what time do you
Last
eat?
night, 6:30.
Okay, so that's not... So when you did your 3-day intermittent, what time were you
I
eating at?
started eating at 11, but I cheated. I had my coffee in the morning. I had to have
They
my
say
coffee.
it's okay to do that though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So I started at 11. I did mainly the same food I always do.
Right.
And then I was done by 7. I think 7's a good time frame to
Yeah.
finish dinner, even if you're on intermittent or not.
Or not.
Yeah, or not.
Did
yeah.
you snack? Like, did you at night? Not when you're on intermittent, but would you have like a dessert or a snack?
Once in a while, my
at
husband
night?
and I will go get some ice cream.
But not all the time.
But not all the time. No.
Wow.
Because if I'm home, I make a nice dinner. I make, usually chicken or salmon or, I once in a while have grass-fed beef.
Okay.
I'll make chicken or steak tacos and I'll put on a corn tortilla and I'll put cilantro, all
Yum.
kinds of veggies on it. And I'll just have one, but almost like a street taco.
Right.
I love that.
So you always
Avocado.
cooked? You always cook for the
I always did cook sit down meal for my kids when they were little.
So,
all the time.
all the
Whenever
time.
I was home. I traveled a lot filming my show.
Right.
So when I'd film my show, I'd go for a week, film 5 shows a day.
Right.
Bank in a lot of shows, get home, and I'm just a mom.
Wow.
I just, I'd speak on the phone for business, but I would say, hey, they're home by 4. I'm done. Just call me before 4.
Yeah, I'm curious how
so-
it would work. That's what I was wondering because
Because I can't talk on the phone and give my thoughts with my kids there. It
Right.
was very hard on me because I work out of the house. So
Right.
I would tell all the business people who call between 8 and 4.
Right.
when they were young that, needed my attention.
Right, because I find it to be really difficult, right?
It is.
When
With
young kids
yes.
and you're an entrepreneur, because that's what you were, right? You were
Yes.
hustling
Yeah.
you killed what you ate, right?
Yeah.
So you weren't working in a corporate job where you're
Right.
at one time. So I'm very curious how you were able to balance it and do it well. Like I saw your kids are very adjusted, they're very close with you. And so how much were you traveling? If you went away for a week to shoot, to do a lot of that?
Once a month for a week I'd be gone.
Oh,
filming
wow.
My show. So that was a lot. My husband was really good with the kids. Sometimes
Right.
I brought them, and then when my mommy was alive, she would come and meet me at places and help me,
Wow,
when they're little. But once they got into middle school, you can't get them out of school.
Right, it's impossible.
It's stupid to let them. So Jeff would be there for them. And we always had one parent home all the time.
Right.
So that was kind of, because he traveled too. He represented, basketball players, tennis players. So
He's a big agent.
He was big time.
Yeah, he is.
So we worked around his schedule always. So if it was, championship time during the NBA, there's no way I'd film a show during those times. So we had it down after 24 years.
Right, you have
I
it
had
down. Right, but you had dinner as a family, though,
Yes.
you said.
Oh, yeah, I believe in that.
Yeah.
Because we would hear everything during that dinner.
Right.
And I also used to love picking them up from school.
Right.
Because that's when I'd pick up the other kids in the neighborhood and learned a lot about your kids.
That's right. That's how you find out
They'd say,
everything.
Kelly, what did the teacher say? Why'd you get in trouble? I'm
Right.
like, oh, why'd you get in trouble?
Right. So you were very present for like 3 weeks of the month at least, where
Yes.
you were like,
Oh, yeah.
you were picking them up or taking them to
Yeah.
school or
Yeah.
whatever. That's why, because I always think it's really hard to have it all at one time.
That's what I said. You
Yeah.
can have it all, but not all at once. You get little here, little there. By
Right.
the end, you do have it all, I promise.
Exactly, right? It's also the attitude, like I keep on saying it over and over again. You seem genuinely like happy and positive.
Yeah, I think because as I grew up, my mom always taught us to laugh at ourselves. There's 5 kids,
Right.
and we really have all good sense of ourselves. We didn't take ourselves seriously.
Right.
She would laugh at herself. I think that helped me
Right.
because I was the most entrepreneurish one of the family, the
Right.
go-getter, and they all helped me.
Right.
Be
Be
that way.
Right.
Because one was taking care of the house and I didn't have to do the dishes because my other sister was so sweet. She did the dishes because I was a gymnast and they all took care of me and picked me up. And
Right.
So,
it kind of supported you,
yes,
basically.
they still do.
And they still do.
Yeah, back in the day when I had my VHS, they made sure it was all front and center at all Targets and Walmarts.
Of course. And all the Costco's or whatever.
Yes.
So then how do you evolve, like as the business started to change? How did you change with it, right?
Well, I love to reinvent myself. I thought it was really exciting now, the internet. And I had some great people who came to me, people at Everyday Health. They came and said, you need to have a website. Oh, okay.
Right. Tell me what Everyday Health, I don't think most people know what it is.
Well, years ago, they were one of the first to take care of a lot of people like myself. Also, they did South Beach Diet. They did the pregnancy to know what was
it called? Which one?
Expecting what to know.
Yeah.
Oh, what to know when you're expecting. A lot of doctors. Was Dr. Oz a part of that? Or no?
Dr. Weil, Andrew Weil.
Oh, Dr. Weil was for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So they helped you because I've had 12 best-selling books. So what they would do is pick
We didn't even get into that yet.
book, and then we would emphasize that for the website for a year. Then the next book, and that would be
You had 12 bestsellers.
Yeah.
12 New York Times bestseller.
And fitness.
I remember-
Not bestsellers on New York Times.
But-
bestsellers in different ones.
But at the time, but back then,
Not
what
all
was
of
the
them.
best? Was it
Shrink Your Female Fat Zones was one of my
But they were
biggest
selling
ones.
everywhere.
Yeah.
There's like
Oh,
you
I
didn't
was
have
everywhere.
Amazon back then, but you were
No
every
Amazon.
So you were a bestseller in what way though? Because I remember they were bestsellers.
Just health and fitness category.
Right. You were selling.
So
How many books did you sell altogether?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know. Nothing like videos though. Videos and books my videos sold big time. It's real life.
Yeah,
and
videos.
Follow me.
People love it.
Yes, yeah. So books never did as well as videos. That's for sure. I knew that.
Well, maybe not 25 million, but I bet you sold millions.
I don't even know.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Oh, wow.
And then I created Denise Austin exercise products. I was big on
Yes.
QVC for the years of QVC.
You did QVC?
I did QVC, yes.
For how many years did you do QVC?
Oh my God, a good 15. Yeah.
Wow, because you also had, I saw all your, I guess you had like licenses with like other
Yes, I had
companies.
my own, exercise ball back in the day, and
bands.
mats, and
And you were selling where? Like where at the time?
a big at Walmart.
Yeah, big at Walmart.
And back in the day, Kmart.
Kmart. God, I totally remember.
Target.
All those places.
All those. Best Buy for my DVDs.
Everything. Okay,
videos,
so go back to Everyday Health. Sorry. So they would take care of like
So
what
they
stuff?
would take care of the website.
Yeah.
And then that was awesome because I didn't even have an email. They
Amazing.
made sure I got an email. And so it just started. And then little by little, and I didn't really know about YouTube. So I kind of lost that little generation.
Yeah.
And now my daughter does it, so I'm learning now.
Right,
and that's
right.
what's so great to have a daughter. Gives me that new sense of, yeah, I'm in on this because
Right.
we do mother-daughter workouts, and she asks me questions about the business. So I feel like I'm mentoring her, and I have a new reason to keep going.
Yeah.
With my business, and
No,
now
absolutely.
I focus on women mainly over 50 to get them to, we all need to eat better, but also have a better attitude. A lot of my friends, they're trying to figure out, their kids are in college now. What do I do? They're smart.
Right.
They were, top in their companies, and yet a lot took off to, build their business. Take care of their kids. So
Yeah.
they're all ready to start something anew.
Well, I feel like also you said like if you're focusing on people 50 and over, I feel like isn't that the same? Don't people like DVDs? Like
I'm still selling DVDs.
I was going to say you
off my
must be
website.
still
Yes.
selling these DVDs.
Yes,
and
they're
then,
not in the store, so you can't physically go to a brick and mortar, but they're all on my website.
because that's still
Yeah.
the market that would buy these DVDs.
Oh, my
right?
people love them.
Right?
Oh, yes, I still do them.
And like why can't you make new? You can make new DVDs, can't
Yes,
you?
I've been making.
You've been making new DVDs.
DVDs, and I have a 10-week plan on my website that everyone has really loved.
Really? What kind
Needs-
of plan?
Every day you get a workout video, you get what to eat, a meal plan,
Right.
and then throughout the week I kind of send you an email. You can do it. Keep going.
Right.
So
Right.
it builds
Motivation.
your 10-week plan, and it's all online. So it's a true 10-week plan to tell you exactly how to move, how to think, and how to eat.
How do you keep it different though? Like you've been doing this for so long. You're about balance. You're about eating, in moderation, but eating
Yeah.
everything and not like not having a life. Like
Right.
you're about like socializing and like living.
Oh yeah, my girlfriends mean the world to
Right.
me.
Like
I
you do.
love it,
You're
yeah.
not like restrictive.
No.
So then how do
But on
you keep it unique?
Oh, the workouts.
So not just the diet plans and I
Yes.
guess also the
Well,
workouts.
diet plans, I have really changed to what years ago we didn't even have kale. So
Oh, that's
every
true.
week,
Or cauliflower is a huge thing
and
right now.
with flaxseed, and
Right.
so I am around a lot of doctors
Right.
because of
But you do.
Dr. Weil and Dr. Amen, who's so brilliant in brain health. So I learn I'm still learning. I
Right.
love to learn the newest ways to eat healthier because food is medicine.
Yeah.
And I believe that. So I am constantly reaching out to them and then getting information to help my lady. Okay, now I do a little flaxseed over my yogurt
Right.
just to add a little bit of omega-3s. We all need that for our hair.
Right. So you evolve as the times evolve.
Yes, I have.
Right.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah.
And it makes it more exciting. And now to film with an iPhone, it's so easy. I used to have a whole setup with 20 people for a video.
I know.
Now it's my daughter just sets up the iPhone, puts it right there for me, and I can talk.
I was going to say, what kind of workouts do you like to do for yourself?
Oh, I love to walk for fitness. I walk really fast.
You have a lot of walking videos too, don't you?
Well, I have walking in place.
Walking
more.
in place.
Yeah, walking four
Oh, you don't
steps
have any
forward.
real walking videos? I thought
Well,
you did.
once a video.
They were very
this is great.
No, well, this is different, doing
Yes.
it like this. But
Yes, I have a huge, big bestseller walking video.
Okay, so I was not mistaken.
Right, and
Okay.
it's not outside, it's all done inside, but you walk 3 miles in that course of 38 minutes.
Right, oh wow.
Yeah,
Gee.
so it's all timed and steps,
And all
it's all
that
about
stuff.
steps. I'm into steps, I do that.
You do steps? Like
I-
you mean
I
steps
make-
like steps like not
No,
not
I make sure I get 10,000 steps
Oh,
a
you
day.
make that, okay.
I do believe that. I do about 10 minutes of toning every day.
Okay.
So I switch it up a lot.
So you go for walks. I know you walk with Pam, my friend,
yes,
who's sitting
my
over
friend
there.
Pam.
Hi, Pam. So how long do you guys walk for every day?
About 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then are you walking at a brisk pace then?
If we're holding coffee, no. But
Okay.
if we get rid of our coffee, yes.
Then you're
'cause I
walking.
like to pump my arms.
Okay, good.
And then I come back and I do stretching and I do toning. I go to a couple of my girlfriends' yoga classes because I love them.
Okay.
And I always do like 10 minutes a day, either abs, arms.
So body part.
Body parts. I'm really into body parts. I still believe in that.
Yeah.
Target toning exercises. All the muscles really do need to be firmed up.
Right.
So I love to do that.
So you'll do like a Monday butt, Tuesday abs,
Yes,
Wednesday
yes.
arms.
And that's what
Yeah.
that 10-week plan is.
I like that.
It's 3 to 4 days of cardio and build you up. Then it's most days of the week, some toning, 10 minutes. Sometimes you could do 20 because I
Right.
have 2 a day if you want 2 a day.
And you're not like, and how do you someone like you, how do you keep your muscles confused? Because you've done literally everything.
I try pickleball. I'll play tennis on the weekends with my husband, which he runs me for 15 minutes, and that's
Wow.
all I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried the spin. I've really changed it up through my life. You know, gone from Pilates to step aerobics to. So I've done it.
I
all.
love step aerobics.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's become like kind of archaic.
Oh, we had so much fun.
Oh, it's
back in the
amazing.
day.
And it's a
I
good
used to-
workout.
Yes.
Like it works.
I bought back all my TV shows.
Yeah.
So
Good for
yes,
you.
and they're all on my website. I digitized 200 half-an-hour shows. So all of these women are loving it because they want the old-fashioned ones. They like the running in place. They
By the way,
like,
it
you know-
works.
Yes, it
You know,
works.
like this is the
Yeah.
thing. Like I would always, people want to find a magic
kinda like
pill.
HIIT
It is.
workouts.
Well, I was going to
Yeah.
say, like I'm a big HIIT person. I was going to ask
Yes.
you what you thought of HIIT.
I
But
love it.
I love
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I was going to say that old school is what works the best.
Yes.
And people, and when you see people, Mark Wahlberg, you, whatever, a lot of people I know who are like basically old school, they look the fittest, they are the fittest, but people try to find these new hybrids and morphs
I do
and
them
this.
all, and I kind of sometimes make a little fusion, you know, of a little yoga, a little Pilates, a little weights, and I do that for 30 minutes some days.
But circuit training and like circuit training,
Yes.
toning, you need, people need to be lifting weights
Yes.
in a circuit to
Yeah.
keep your heart rate up.
And you have to keep going.
And you got to keep on going, and that's
Right.
old. To me,
Yeah.
that's what I think is old
And you
school.
can do that in 20 minutes and be done.
And be finished.
And be finished. I
Right.
do that a lot. So.
Now, do you use when you say you lift? What kind of what would you for arms? What would you use?
Well, this morning
Okay.
I did it. I did 5 pounds in each hand.
Okay.
Then I did 7.5 upper back, and then I lied on the ground, and
Okay,
I do
do
my
that.
chest. I do.
Do you do 3 sets of each, or what are you doing?
I do about. I don't count. I hate.
You don't
count.
count?
I do a song. I blast the music in my house.
You do so each
And,
each exercise you do it to a song.
Yeah, pretty
Oh
much.
wow, so you're doing like must
Yeah.
be like hundreds of
No,
reps.
no, I'll do this, the press, then I'll lay on the side and do a couple leg lifts and, waistline.
Wow.
I just keep moving.
You just keep on moving,
Yeah.
and your body responds, I guess, still
Yeah.
because you move it, you change it all
Yeah.
the time.
I'm always changing it because I do other activities too.
Do you do interval training?
Yes,
Okay.
I love interval training.
Right. So do you
Those were my bestsellers and DVDs too.
do really exactly? They do
Interval
very
training,
well.
Yeah.
So you do like
3 minutes cardio,
Mm-hmm.
1.5 minute toning. 3 minutes cardio, 1.5 minutes a different muscle.
I need to do your exercises now, your workouts. I'm going to do it. I'm going to
Yeah.
go to your website.
Yes.
And like, how do I
I'll
do
give
it?
you a login.
Would you give it to me? I swear I'm going to do it.
You got to do it.
Could
Because
you-
some days you could do the old school ones from my TV shows.
Yeah.
And some days you could do new ones. I have over 200 old ones and 100 new ones.
Well, whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, you look amazing. I
Thank
mean,
you,
look,
Jen.
you don't look
Yeah.
it really is amazing. You don't look any different than you look 30 years ago.
Well, I got to keep it up.
Well, it's working for you.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's amazing. So that's how you're kind of like.
And it works, everybody, if you just stick with it. You know, you're nice and young and you have a little kid. Just stick with it. Consistency does pay off. I promise.
It's all about consistency.
It is.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you do something.
Right, exactly. As long as those muscles are moving, that's the key.
And doing it.
And another good thing I always tell people is try to get off that chair. Try to get off that rear end and just stand and talk on the phone, or like what we're doing, walking, even if it's slow, it's so good for you. Your circulation is what's going to heal your body. So if something's bothering you, you need to move to get the oxygen to feed to the cells.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I like doing this podcast on treadmills, because at least you're moving and you're talking. You're not just sitting on your butt and just like staring at each other.
The oxygen starts to flow to the brain.
It does. It makes you. It does. It's great for your cognitive functioning, right?
It's key.
It is key. Okay, wait. What was the other question I had for you? So about all these wellness trends. Forget about the food for a second. Is there any? What do you think? Like, is there any kind of thing that you're doing besides the eating and the exercise that are kind of part of your daily life?
I've started to meditate. I do about 5 minutes. That's my little thing.
Okay, that's a lot for me, even 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes, and I have to just totally just let it go.
And it works for you.
Works. It really does. It's only been like a year and a half that I've been on a regular basis doing 5 minutes.
Are you doing it just like with an app, or are you going to a class?
No, I just do it to myself. I just sit there
and
I take a breath, and then sometimes I lie down to Shavasana. You know, through those years of all the yogas, I kind of can just
figure it out.
And I live near the beach, so I can just relax.
That's meditative.
Open up my doors, and I love nature. I love being outside, so everybody will feel better. I like a little sunshine. I like a little fresh air. Even I lived in the East Coast for 30 years. I got outside all the time.
Did you?
Oh, heck yeah. I didn't want to be stuck in a house.
Yeah.
I got out. I did walks with girlfriends. We would wrap ourselves
Even
up.
back then when it's cold.
Oh, yes. I believe in just getting air and oxygen, and I only use a little sunscreen on my face, and I try to get vitamin D 30 minutes most days. I try.
Do you? So you put sunscreen on your face, but not your body, or?
Not my body.
But you do it on your face.
Only for 30 minutes, because 30 minutes takes about that much, 20 minutes to absorb. And if you have sunscreen, you're not really getting the absorption that I believe in. Then go back in, and if you're going to lay out, that's a different story.
Right.
But this is if you're going for a walk or it's nice weather, you know.
I agree. I think people are very vitamin D deficient, and they don't even know it. And if people think if you live in California, you have the sun, that you won't be. But when you get your blood checked, it's amazing. People should get their blood checked because it's amazing how many people are deficient. Right. So it's right, when you put the sunscreen on, you're not able
quite getting what your body needs to absorb the sun.
Right. I take vitamin D supplements because of that.
Good for you.
Yeah. People should try that.
Everybody should. Yeah.
Do you take any supplements at all?
I take this one.
Okay, I wasn't even asking, by the way, because of that, but okay.
I just looked up there, and there's the one.
Which is True Niagen. Yes. It's basically NAD. It's a precursor. It's amazing, actually.
Yes.
And that wasn't a purposeful plug. I really was just asking.
And then I have another company, Juvenon, that I love their omega-3s, because I believe in omega-3s.
I take omega-3s too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one?
Really great one. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's natural.
I take Nordic Natural. Have you heard of that one?
Yes, that's good too.
Yeah.
And then I also take a turmeric.
You take turmeric?
Yeah, it's a pill. It's a vitamin.
Turmeric. And do you think it makes a difference?
I don't know.
I know, that's the thing. I mean,
I still feel good. That's all I care.
Exactly. I'm never sure, because how do you?
It helps with inflammation, and I don't even know if I have inflammation. I go, of course, I go to the doctor regularly, but you're good, Denise. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So
What do you think of cryotherapy, red light therapy?
Yes.
Infrared saunas.
Yeah, I need to learn more about it.
Right.
I would like to learn more.
Because every day there's a different thing.
Courses, athletes have been doing it for years, how important cold is. So I think that would be really cool. And the infrared, there's so much good research.
No, there is great.
I just haven't done it yet.
Really?
I'm going to try it with you.
Okay, try. I have one actually. I have an extra one. I'm going to lend it to you.
Okay.
Because I do have because people are like, I hear so much stuff all the time. So I try to try things, it's very hard to decipher what's going to be good, what's going to be bad, you know what I mean? Or like what's all hype, because I believe that so much of this stuff is just a big industry and it's hard to really decipher what's going to be valuable or what's not.
I agree. It's hard to figure out what's going to be best for you. Everyone's so different.
Oh, absolutely. You know? Exactly. So that's why I was curious what you do, like what kind of wellness or what kind of like.
You know what I like? Epsom salt bath. I do take an Epsom salt bath.
See, again, old school, but it works. But it works.
Shut up with this old school.
But the old, I know, no. But those are the things that I think actually do something.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
I feel so good. My muscles feel so good afterwards.
How often do you do it?
And I love a massage. I do believe in massages.
Me too. I love that too.
I do foam rolling. That's new school.
New school.
I get a lacrosse ball right in my butt and I roll on it.
You do that, huh?
Oh yeah. I love foam rolling.
So I was going to say,
I believe in that.
How are you not injured after so many years of, basically banging and banging? Yeah, it's amazing. I don't want to knock on wood.
I stretch.
You do
I
stretch?
think my balance of my workouts have kept me healthy through my whole career.
Yeah.
Even as a gymnast. So I'm a big believer in stretching. Like I'll stretch right now, and this is so good for your back. It feels so good. I love to stretch my hamstrings.
Yeah.
I'll do this. If I sit, I'll make sure I stretch.
Yeah.
In the airplane, here's my tip.
Yeah.
I flex and point my toes all the time. I drink, for every hour you fly, I drink a glass of water. So let's say you're going on a 4-hour flight. Make sure you drink 4 glasses of water throughout that plane ride.
I love that tip.
Because it keeps the humidity in your skin.
Right.
And energy. When you land, I have to be on TV. You have to, feel good.
I love that tip.
So,
Can you give us 3 more great tips to stay healthy?
Oh, okay. Good posture. I'm a big believer in posture, so you have to really think about it. Because if you're slouching, your tummy has nowhere else to go but pooch out.
Yeah.
So if you have a place to stay, it's tucked in. So more you practice that, naturally your stomach will be flat. Also, it's better for breathing activity, for your lung capacity. So you could take deeper breaths. When this is happening, it's all stale breath. You're not getting the lungs working and elasticity in your lungs. So
you have a 6-pack and you're 63?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I mean, people should be, I'm going to do what I know, it's unbelievable. She really is all natural. It's unbelievable. I'm taking whatever she says, I'm going to listen to. Okay, so that's a good one. So stand with your posture.
Always
be cognizant of that.
Suck it in the tummy, like practice it. Feel like you're wearing a corset throughout the day.
Yeah.
Even if you're sitting or standing, anytime.
Okay.
Anytime, anywhere. Another great one I always do is squats, while blow drying my hair. Or I call them fidget sizers. So when you're doing other things, like you're waiting for your coffee to brew, do a couple leg lifts from the back to squeeze your butt. It lifts that tushy. If you don't squeeze it, no one else will.
That's right. She's so funny, huh? She's so cute. Okay, so in today's time, who would you say that you like in the fitness space? So who would you say are people that you think are doing a good job?
Oh, God.
Besides, of course, your daughter.
I'm learning from my daughter because I didn't know a lot of who's out there because it's all on Instagram.
Well, it's a whole different medium now.
It's a whole different one.
Yeah.
So I have to
And there's
learn.
a lot of people who are, I'm glad I met your daughter because I said and I'm not just saying this because you're her mom, but you can tell that she's like a smart girl. She's she went to college. She was an athlete also.
Right.
And she's, I feel like I like her. Like you can tell that she's a legit source too. She comes from you and you can help her.
Girl.
But there's she is, you can tell. There's so many people that you just don't know.
A couple of them I've met before, recently, and they don't really look the same. I was like, oh my God.
They don't. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't know how to do these filters that a lot of people do on their Instagram, and they don't talk about fit. They're not.
Right, they don't understand it. They don't know. They're more fitness models.
They look good on the pictures.
Yes.
They're fit models. But if you ask them about, just talking, they don't talk in front of the camera. So that has been very confusing to me.
And they don't have the science or the They don't understand the biomechanics. So they're just doing exercise.
But they look good.
But they look good. Exactly. So I don't call those people fitness professionals. I call them more like Instagram models who are like doing a good job. But the problem is a lot of people who don't know, they don't know what they don't know, right? Like everybody, they follow the people who they're getting advice in the health and fitness space from people who don't know what they're talking about. And that's dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I don't know when it's going to flush out.
I don't either, because everything now is about using your phone, right? Like all the different apps, and people are doing all their stuff from like these social media influencers who are selling their 2-week plan or 10-week plan, or
their skinny tea or something.
Or their skinny tea, which is like, but like you would think that by now,
eat right, exercise.
People don't want to know those things. They don't want to know that you have to just eat right, exercise consistently.
Yeah, and I personally believe you don't have to exercise that hard, that much, 30 minutes a day is great. If you could do 30 minutes a day, most days of the week, you're doing great. Yeah. And then build from there.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that too. So is there anybody that you think is good in the health space that you follow? It doesn't have to be fitness per se. It can be anything in the health space.
I love Dr. Mark Hyman. I believe I like him too. He says, he's so smart.
Very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable. I love Dr. Amen for brain health and brain information. I love Maria Shriver, her soul, and her as a mom and the forgiveness and what she stands for. And I have met just so many wonderful people, and they're all, that's who I follow.
Yeah, that's who you're following, right?
That's who I follow.
So one more question, and I'll let you out of here. Okay, so you have the programs on your website.
Yes.
Okay, what else are you up to?
I have a new magazine coming out. I'm so excited. A Healthy Lifestyle, which will come out 4 times a year.
You have your magazine?
My magazine with Bauer Publishing.
Oh.
My first one comes out in March, the end of March. And I'm really excited because I get to write it with top doctors who have researched different types of things. And this has been what I've been working on for a long time.
That's great.
So I'm really, really excited about that.
What's it called?
Well, it's Fit After 50. Denise Austin, Fit After 50.
And you're gonna have, is it gonna be an online
every
magazine?
Grocery store. It'll be at every checkout stand for Walmart, Target,
what?
Barnes and Noble.
And you're just bringing it up now? If I didn't say anything, you wouldn't have said anything?
Yeah, that's my biggest thing right now, and I'm so excited about.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Why didn't you bring it up?
I'm doing it now.
Oh my gosh.
You just reminded me.
That's great. I mean, I didn't even know you were doing that.
Yes. Brand new.
So March 1st.
March 23rd.
Oh, March 23rd. Okay.
Yeah, March 23rd.
Oh my, I'm excited. Congratulations. That's a really big deal.
Yeah, it's really big. I'm
cool.
very excited.
Is there anything else that you like? Do you have a movie coming out that I don't know about? Because I feel like you're like, that's a big one. Just be like, oh yeah, by the way, I have a new magazine that's going to be like sold everywhere, where books are or wherever magazines are being sold.
At the checkout stand, so you'll be looking at it.
That's actually a huge thing because people are now, every magazine.
Kroger, State, everyone.
Because every magazine feels like kind of collapsing. It's an interesting time to be going out in the magazine in the publishing space.
And then I have some other products that I'm looking at to really get behind because I really believe in them. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll have to have you again to talk about that.
Yeah.
This has been awesome. I'm so happy that I had the chance to talk to you. Really,
you, Jen, you're amazing. What you're doing.
Thank you. But I mean, you're.
And I listen to Habits and Hustle.
To hear that, we're going to do that afterwards again. But I'm happy to have you on Habits and Hustle. You're awesome.
It's fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Please tell people how they can find you.
Oh, just log on to DeniseAustin.com and I'll help you get fit.
Thanks so much, Jade.
Okay, thank you, honey.
Bye. Can I say one more? I can't just hit one more thing. How many calories did you burn? How can I not ask the queen?
Oh, shoot. How many calories?
So basically, you got to press the white button.
Oh, I didn't do that. White. 177.
All right. 177 you wouldn't have burned otherwise. I felt like I did my job with Denise. So awesome.
Habits and hustle, time to get it rolling. Stay up on the grind, don't stop, keep it going. Habits and hustle, from nothing into something. All out, hosted by Jennifer Cohen. Visionaries, tune in, you can get to know them. Be inspired, this is your moment. Excuses, we ain't having that. The Habits and Hustle podcast, powered by Habit Nest.